Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 16 of the Oblivion Oath. I am your host, Jason Bulmahn, the director of game design here at Paizo. And before we get started here today, I want to give you all a couple quick announcements. First of all, there's not going to be a stream next Thursday. Unfortunately, I am out of the office. I'm going to be on my way down to Atlanta for Dragon Con, so I will not be in the office to run this magnificent game. I'm sure my players would like me to find a substitute GM that goes much easier on them while I'm gone, but we're not going to do that. So instead, they will have to wait and come back for more of my benevolence when I return. So that's next week. I also want to remind folks that tomorrow at 1 p.m., starting at 1 p.m. Pacific time, here on the Paizo Twitch channel, you will be able to tune in to the 3-Action Game Night, a special 5-hour stream from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. Pacific time, during which we're going to make characters, we're going to invent an adventure, and we're going to play it all in 5 hours. It's going to be kind of insane, and we want all of you in Twitch to come back, help us make characters, help us design the adventure, and then we're going to play it for you live. It's going to be a hoot. I hope you turn in tomorrow for that. And of course, I also want to remind folks that every Tuesday at 4 to 7 p.m., we are also live on Geek and Sundry doing the Knights of Everflame, a special 8-part series with Geek and Sundry showcasing Pathfinder 2nd Edition. So I hope you've been checking that out. If you're behind on that, you can catch episodes of that on YouTube, along with all the episodes of Oblivion Oath. All 15 of them are up so far, and let's get rolling with episode 16. Before we get started here today, I noticed that Nambat18 and Frazzle Running have both bought hero points, and both of them are for the professor.
Hey!
So I believe that means all of you are full up on hero points. That's crazy. How did that happen? I'll have to find a way for you to spend some. All right, you know, because I'm such a nice GM. All right, so I think that about covers it. Everyone's laughing at me. That's fine. All right, they don't believe me. So let's get started. When we last left our intrepid band of adventurers, the group of you had escaped from Thronestep and was on the run from the Church of Razmir that was hunting you across the countryside when you stumbled upon a halfling ranger in the woods who led you to the town of Deadgoat. There you met an ally, Mother Olinari, who offered to put you up and hide you away from the priests as they were searching for you. Losing the cultists that were following you, including their leader, Herald of Razmir, Vokar, you managed to evade capture and find some respite in the town. But all was not safe, because you soon learned that the key that you bear around your neck, that you can't seem to get rid of, appears to be far more sinister than you first thought. Dead rose from the crypts of the nearby graveyard and attacked your group. And in the desperate struggle, your friend, your boon companion, Quendel, died. His body turned to ash, just like the knight who bestowed the key upon you. Well, Mother Olinari was still willing to help, but now not willing to keep you in her church because it was far too close to a number of corpses, and instead offered and connected you up with Rathbun, a dwarven mushroom farmer who lives right nearby, who has his own assorted sundry problems, including, well, as it turns out, his basement was infested with gremlins, and it was causing him no end of misfortune, but you managed to take care of the nasty pests and help him out. Olinari let you know that she had a plan to help spirit you out of Razmiran, that she had a friend that she was sending a message out to. And in our last session, this friend finally arrived in the tiny town of Deadgoat with his colorful wagon, his tall top hat, and his wondrous elixirs, and that would be Professor Nicodemus Thorn. However, getting out of town proved to be a little bit more challenging than you first thought. The cultists, the pair of cultists in town, were kind of on to you, or at least they were told to keep an eye out for people matching your descriptions, and that was Renvos and Omoth, the two cultists of Razmir in town, and they came and questioned you, but with a lot of subterfuge and more than a little forgery and sneaking a letter off of the dozing cultist's belt and then putting it back with a false message. You think you've managed to deceive these cultists, and when we left off, you were trundling out of town in the back or on the side or walking along Nicodemus's wagon, making your way toward the Exalted Wood with an ultimate destination of the town of Timon, which is the capital of a river kingdom that bears the same name. So you are heading to Timon, the capital of Timon. And that is where we are going to pick up. So the 5 of you, because indeed it is the 4 of you and Sev is still with you, are leaving Dead Goat behind. You have packed up provisions. Mother Olinari has thanked you for your understanding and wishes you all well as you make your way out of town. And you're now trundling on this wagon.
Can we make sure that Mother Olinari knows that the message that we faked said we were going south to prosperity?
Yeah,
just in case people come in and ask questions.
Yeah, no, that's perfectly fine. She knows to play a delicate game with them, that she should make sure that she kind of knows nothing until they confirm something. That way she doesn't actually accidentally say the wrong thing. You've known Olinari for years. You've stopped into this town a number of times in your travels, which are very wide-ranging. But she's always been a kind and trusting sort, especially when it comes to those who share her opinions of the Razmir faith. So, you're on this wagon. And the wagon isn't huge, by the way. I want to be clear, this isn't like some big, giant, monstrous wagon. It's kind of like a little house on the back of a cart. You can kind of get back up in there and sleep if you want, but it's not like the whole group can get back up in there. It's being pulled by a single horse. Do we know the horse's name, by the way?
The horse's name is Rosemary.
Rosemary.
Thanks, Twitter, for helping me pick that name.
That's what I voted for, so, you know.
I voted for Beatrix, and that was winning at the time.
Yeah,
so.
fair enough.
Well. But yeah, so she's an old gray mare, and she ain't what she used to be. Ha ha! Ask your grandparents. Thank you.
I got it too.
Thank you all.
Does that mean?
No. It means you're all young and vibrant,
Okay.
and I've got my pulse on my finger on the pulse of
you do.
Of the youth.
Yeah,
the youths
go
of
with
today.
That. Yeah, the youths. The fact that you called them the youths tells us all we need to know. All right.
Can we get a dab?
Yeah. So,
we're probably gonna head out south and then maybe turn east, just so it looks like we're leaving in case anyone spots us.
that makes it a little difficult just because the trails
The
around
trails
here,
are
you
long.
kind of have to stay on them to some
Okay.
extent
Well,
because the wagon, you can't just take it through open country.
That's
That you'll get bogged down every few minutes. But the cultists are passed out.
Well,
so,
we'll leave when they're passed out then. That's better.
They are enjoying their evening or afternoon respite after finding a few bottles of wine. Leaving Dead Goat behind, you soon find yourself on the edge of the Exalted Wood. This wood is the only gigantic forest in Razmiran. And I'm kind of curious if any of you might know anything about it. Do any of you have nature or society or a skill that might feel appropriate to knowing things about a wood? As we've said in previous things, right? When it comes to knowing things, the skill will tell you kind of, you can try different skills at things, but you will only learn knowledge through the lens of what that skill is.
I have herbalism lore, which might tell me about the plants of the
It'll
forest.
tell you about the plants and stuff, but that's kind of it.
Yeah.
I got nature and survival.
Oh, there you go.
I've got
You
society.
can give me a nature check and you can give me a survival check. Or sorry, society check.
I have legal, so like, what's the political status of this
It
region?
is well within Razmiran.
Oh, well, that wasn't very good. 14.
17?
The 17 will tell you kind of that the Exalted Wood is a very large, very old forest. All of this used to be a smattering of additional river kingdoms, and society is kind of backing this up. That's where kind of society is taking over. That 50 years ago, this was all just parts of the river kingdom. But Razmir is the one who carved these out, conquered them, and forged them into Razmaran. The Exalted Wood itself was primarily just one fractious little area, but it is a very large wood. Now, the society check wasn't great, but there are rumors that Razmir has a significant fortress somewhere in this wood, but you have no idea where.
Oh, good. That's fine.
Well, let's avoid that if we can.
We can't because we don't know where it is. So.
Thorn, just because of practicality, you have traveled this path before, and you know that it's not like you go halfway down in fortress and then you go around it. No, so you have heard similar rumors, but once again, you have no idea where it is or what it even is about. But so you begin to make your way into the Exalted Wood, and there is a very well-defined path that kind of makes its way into the wood. The road from Dead Goat is not the nicest of roads, but after about half a day's travel, a little less than half a day's travel, before noon, the smaller path joins what must be a larger, kind of almost road that's been cut through the forest. And mind you, by road, I mean it's wide enough for a full-size ordinary wagon to go down. There's no logs or things in the way. When you come upon streams, there's logs that have been put over it to allow people to cross easily. It's a very navigable path that leads, and you know that this leads to Timon. Right. It's kind of a straight arrow. Okay. You haven't been this way in a while. You've been kind of further to the south, but you know that if you just kind of follow this road and don't take the small distractions, you'll probably end up in Timon, which is at its end.
Terrific. I'm very chatty, by the way, while we're on the road talking to everyone. I want to hear about everyone's story, and occasionally interjecting an anecdote of my own about getting someone out of Razmaran or some other place. And yeah, so we can deal with all that. Anyone wants to tell me anything about themselves?
Well, I think Carina would be interested to know, like, your religious persuasions, if you have any.
Occasionally, yes, of course. We know the gods are out there, and they're always looking out over us. I myself do a little bit of obeisance to Caden Kalian because of his predilection for freedom, and of course Desna, because I am always on the road, and it makes a fine idea to tip my hat to the Song of the Spheres and make sure that I don't get lost.
Have you seen any traveling circuses in your wanderings?
Ooh, that's a fine question. There was this one, I wouldn't call it a traveling circus, it was a bit more of a simple a juggling act that went from town to town. But they could toss knives between them like you wouldn't believe, giant pins. I saw this one time, the group, they juggled live kittens.
Wow.
Yes. Oh. Amazing.
Sounds adorable.
Did they eat them afterwards?
No, my friend, no. I don't believe they did.
I think that's just
that'd be hard to source them for each act every time.
Yes. Well, they did have to replace them every few years, of course. Once they
was it like
was
it an adoption racket where they're like,
I never found that out. That would have been a fine way to make extra money. Yes, but I never found that out.
Walking about 4 paces behind Zell is Severina, and she's just staring at Zell like, just like aghast.
She's not used to it yet.
Yeah, well, just there's a single tear, and she's just like kittens.
She vegan?
I don't know,
Maybe.
but she certainly doesn't want to eat kittens.
Yeah, well, that's fair.
So at about 1 in the afternoon, you're making your way down this road, and a single rider appears ahead, and you can tell immediately from the gray cloak and the mask that you are looking at a cultist of Razmir making his way down the road.
Okay.
Or its way down the road. You can't really tell.
Yes. How far away would you say? More than 10 minutes?
You're on a forest path that is relatively straight, so you're probably, like 5 minutes away as you both are
Terrific.
moving toward each other.
All right, cloaks up, everyone. I will have the 2 infiltrators elixirs that I brewed earlier this morning as part of my alchemy to give them to, let's do Zell and Carina. Zell, we're going to have you look like a sort of a mohawked,
nice.
non-binary human, and we'll do the same with the same that you had earlier.
A mohawk?
No, I meant the same disguise as we had the other day. Just
You just look like Zell.
Whoops. A stouter human figure, and I think
Everyone gets mohawks.
Everyone gets mohawks.
Yay.
that's what's underneath the top hat.
But it's the shape of the top hat.
Exactly.
Yeah, no. All right. Anyway, okay. So are they drinking those right away, or
Yeah, they last for
How
10
long?
minutes. So
Oh, they last only for 10 minutes?
yeah, they last only for 10 minutes. But I mean, when we get when super close,
Yeah.
we can just
I'll go in the
drink them down
back
real
of the
quick.
cart too.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
There is spot for one person to sit on the back of the wagon. Then there's obviously space for you to be
Right, on the horse.
driving the wagon up front. You're not actually on the
No,
horse.
yeah,
there's a bit of a
Like a-
seat and a
yeah.
board up on the
So
front.
eccentric.
And then the other 3 of you have to walk.
Right.
There's no other choice.
My legs are too little.
Probably put
Yeah,
Mikah
I
sitting
was
on
gonna,
the back.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or
I'll
have
turn
Micah
my
sit
hair
next to
brown.
you.
Oh, if there's
Or
enough room
whatever.
for a small person, maybe. But we'll have you on the back seat. We'll have you on the backboard.
All right. So the rider slowly makes its way up to you and pulls up a little short and goes, "Hail, Razmir.
Oh, peace and prosperity upon you, my friends. Tip my
Peace and
hats.
prosperity to you as well."
Just heading our way into the Exalted Wood.
It is a fine day in Razmir's glory to be traveling the wood.
Yes, the nature is of such beauty that we had to take it in.
The figure kind of scans the lot of you, and
Give it all hail.
We just a little wave.
Is that where the wave came from?
no, it is not where the wave came from. All right, it might actually be where the wave came from. All right,
Rasmir's way.
and she just kind of looks at you and says, "Prosperity and peace be with you.
And with you, my friend.
In the blessings of Razmir, go in peace."
Thank you. Have a pleasant afternoon.
And she nods as she rides on past.
Okay.
A few more hours roll by. You probably stop and have a bite to eat, and allow the horse to feed and get some water at a small stream, and continue on your way. The day is actually relatively uneventful. You do pass a few other folk. That was the only cultist that you pass. Some of the other folk are just, you pass another merchant making his way, and he has this kind of a portly human merchant, and walking alongside of him are a pair of what are obviously like Timon gladiators, and they have a cart and wagon filled with weapons and armor, and they are making their way down the path.
Right.
Lord Rasmurian?
Yeah.
Well, if you have guards, it might be okay. Sell some stuff.
I mean, we had our weapons till they got confiscated,
Yeah.
so
any
it's
of
not
you-
like they're banned.
I guess. We just
Depends
have
on
a
the
hard time
town,
finding
it
them.
seems.
Yeah.
Do any of you need anything? We'll be heading into Timon, of course, and that is a city of gladiators. And I don't know what situation you're in once we get there. Whether you'll not need to defend yourself in any fashion afterwards. I mean, as you're cursed with a key that raises the dead, I don't know how you are on your defenses and offenses.
Yeah.
we
I
were-
lost my crossbow. I could use another crossbow, probably.
We just need to fix that studded leather we have.
I thought we did that when we were.
I think we've done
You actually had several days while you were waiting for Thorn to arrive, and could have easily used the repair kit to modify the armor so that you could wear it.
I mean, I'm okay then.
Yeah, no, sorry.
Terrific.
I should have
Never mind.
clarified that.
Yeah, yeah.
but
Well, I think we were gonna do that, and then there was the Pugwumpies, and then we probably took care of it after that.
There was several days though where you were just kind of chilling with Rathben, enjoying some of his mushrooms.
We live under constant.
There we go.
attack.
We got a little bit of it. All right. So the merchant wanders on by.
Okay.
If after this you decide, hey, I really wish I would have bought X, Y, or Z, you could pick
Fair enough,
something
yeah.
up. But
I mean,
we'll
you can
worry
get a
about that
crossbow
later.
if you want.
Do they have crossbows?
You ask him, and he's like, yes, I have the finest bows, crossbows, bows, hand bow. What do you want? And he has a selection of arms and armor.
I will take a crossbow, please.
All right, yeah, you can pay the standard
And
standard
bolts.
price.
And bolts.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
That's how they get you.
Dang it.
The bolts are triple price.
I'll make my own.
Good luck. All right, so the rest of the day kind of wanders by, and in the as the day slowly begins to darken, the Exalted Wood, you're getting rather deep into it now. It's an old forest. When you were on the edge, you're dealing with small, thin, light copses of trees, and eventually you are surrounded by forest. And now, as the day grows deep, you find that the trees are old and gnarled. The canopy up ahead is very dense, very thick, and as the sun begins to set, it rapidly starts to get dark on the path, kind of almost faster than it probably would if you were open terrain. So thoughts begin to turn toward where will we camp, because it is getting a bit dark. And as you're making your way up in the distance, just peeking through the woods off to one side, is what looks to be like a woodsman's cottage or a small farm that's in a bit of a clearing.
I wonder if this farmer or woods person would help us, let us camp nearby.
We should probably inquire if there are a lot of corpses buried nearby.
I wonder how
So
to
that
do
might-
that in a
Excuse
very...
me, are there
Yeah.
lots of corpses around your house?
We would like to stay here. Please tell us about how many dead are buried nearby.
Fill out this
Very
survey.
friendly.
At all.
Would that just provide an opportunity for people who are later following us to like say, oh, there's a cabin, let's check there, and then if we like have stayed there, it's harder for them to lie. If we don't go there at all, then they won't know.
It's fair.
I don't
We
know.
just need to find ourselves a place to camp nearby then.
So the plan is then to push past.
Yeah, we're gonna move a little past.
All right.
Just a
You
little.
So.
you make your way up to it, and as you do, you notice it's a small cottage. There's a looks like a barn farm thing in the back. It's in a small clearing. It looks like it just has like vegetable patches around it. It doesn't look like a proper farm. It looks like a subsistence farm. There is a yard where you would expect to see animals, but the fence is broken all over the place, and you don't see any animals. But there are lights on inside the house, and as your wagon trundles up, you see the shutters throw open, and there is a woman, a human woman. She looks prime years of her life. She looks maybe 30 or so, but her hair is kind of wild, and she kind of waves at you like this. She doesn't make any noise. She just waves.
Guess we
No, but
should,
she has a look of absolute panic on her face.
Oh,
We
crap.
should go investigate.
Yeah, we probably should.
She's doing this,
I'll pull the horse.
I think
I'll
she
pull
wants us
Rosemary
to come over.
and she's kind of looking desperately to the left and right, and she's like,
conclusions.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we'll
Let's
pull into
go,
the
yeah.
or the front space or off to the road. pull the
yeah,
wagon
yeah,
off
pull
and-
right off the
and-
road. And she, the moment you get close, she's like, hurry, hurry. And she kind of slams the shutters closed and runs over to the front door and pulls it open. And she's kind of looking, and she's got basically what looks like a kitchen knife. And she's like, come, quick.
Why?
And she's looking to left and right. Hurry,
Why?
you're
Why?
in terrible danger.
What about the horse? What about Rosemary?
Yes, can I bring your horse into the barn real quick?
She's like, she's like, I don't know. I mean, you can try. I mean,
The three of you get inside. I'll
This is
pick
so
up the horse.
suspicious.
So you quickly take the cart around back, and you notice that the barn, one side of it, has been totally collapsed in.
Whoa.
And now that you're up there, the yard in the back, there are it looks like there is the rotting remnants of two ponies.
Oh no!
Cover
Can we-
Rosemary's eyes.
Can we bring Rosemary into the house?
There's no way you can get the horse into the house.
Tie her up towards the front, near the front
Yeah,
door.
yeah. Towards the fence
we
where the
can see
animals
her.
are broken out. I'll just tie her to that.
Yeah.
And head on inside too.
She's like, hurry, hurry. She's like gnawing on her fingernails.
Yeah.
Checking out her
happening?
house. while
She's
doing
like clutching a knife.
What seems to be the problem, my dear friend?
It'll be here any minute. Quiet.
What is it?
That she ushers you all inside.
How screwed is our horse right now?
And she slams the
Or
door.
his
and,
horse.
And she's like, don't worry. It probably won't kill us if it can just eat the horse. It'll be fine.
What?
No, that's not okay.
I've had that horse for ages.
It'll be here any minute.
I've had dear Rosemary
It
for
comes every
years.
night. And once you're inside, you notice that this house on the inside is kind of a disaster. It's there's stuff piled up against the windows. The moment the door is closed, she's like trying to move a heavy wooden chair in front of it. There are three chickens in here and one rather skittish-looking goat that's like looks at all of you frighteningly and then hides behind a bed and just stares at you.
I'm not comfortable leaving your horse outside right now.
Neither am I.
Should we like go out and defend it?
There's a beast, and it's been killing all my livestock every night. It
What
comes and
kind of a
eats more.
beast?
It's huge.
Give us some details here. Is this like?
It's gigantic? It's like a bear.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
gigantic.
I'm gonna go hang out with your horse and make sure it doesn't die.
That is a fine idea. I won't expect either of you if you don't want to come, but I need to take care of Rosemary. I've had that horse for years.
She's like, you're mad. It'll kill you all.
Or we'll kill it, and then you don't have to worry about it anymore.
She's like.
That is a good philosophy.
Yeah.
So you wander back outside, and are all of you
I'll
heading
go
back
with
outside?
I'm gonna
Mikah
kind
goes.
Seth is kind of standing at
Yeah.
the door, like, I mean.
I got a new crossbow, so
Sev can crack the window and play her flute through the window.
And just as you wander back outside, and just as dusk is beginning to fall, there is kind of a crash and a disturbance on the other side. And a dark form comes out of the forest, and it's big. This thing is not small, it is large. And as it lumbers forward, you see the outline of a bear. But as it stands up, you see big eyes and a ferocious beak.
Gulp.
dun dun dun.
And the owlbear stumbles forward. Can I get you all to place yourselves outside the cabin there, kind of in the front?
I'm just glad it's not wearing a raspberry
Yeah,
mask.
you're all
Oh
right
my
there.
god.
Oh boy.
We said we were going to go
And-
past this farm, so.
And over to the right in the forest, if you
horse?
could place
Oh, yeah.
this.
Oh,
Good Albert.
here?
No, over to the right.
Oh,
yeah,
oh,
over there.
that,
Yeah.
you're, that right.
It's coming out of the woods.
Okay.
There you go. Yeah, you can put it on the map. It'll flatten
I've
it.
had my
out.
horse up
hold it
over
down.
there.
It's really heavy. And
here,
this
I
is
have a
Sev.
key for
Put Sev
this.
at the door. The door is in the middle of that right there. Yeah. That's fine. She's kind of at the door looking outside.
Jeez. Yeah, whoops.
It's a very good
Sorry,
privilege.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, no. As it turns out, the owlbear will flatten all of your maps.
Oh, I was
all right.
talking about the key.
Oh, the key. All right. Yeah, sure. That as well. So, can I get everyone? Can I get you guys to move the map? Is that?
A little bit closer to you.
Move it a little bit closer to me. All right. There we go. All right. Sorry about that.
there you go.
Couldn't quite see it. All right. There we are. All right. A little too zoomed in there today. So, the owlbear comes lumbering out of the woods. Can I get everyone to roll initiative, please?
I suppose.
If I must.
Oh, that's not. Oh, never mind. Okay.
So for all of you, this is going to be perception, I believe. I don't think there's any reason for anyone to roll anything else. Let's see here.
I rolled pretty good.
Oh, good.
I'm excited.
All right. So anybody get above 20?
Yes.
Yes.
What do you got?
24.
26.
Oh, all right.
You ain't lizard fast.
Nicodemus, I haven't replaced
like-
Quendell's token here yet. I'm a monster, but I have drawn a top hat on it. So
Appreciate it.
So I'll fix that for next week.
You look just like him, really.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
not Quendell. I wish I was.
Yeah, no, I know.
I know I'll never replace Quantum.
What was your initiative?
7.
Oh, geez. All right, Micah, what do you got?
11.
11. All right, there
So
we
you can just
there we
leave
go.
me right where I'm at.
And let me roll for Sev. Sev has a 17, and we'll put Sev right there. Okay, that'll be Sev for now. Okay, all right. Top of the order, Zell, you get to act. This thing comes crashing out of the forest. It is large. It is lumbering. As it comes forward, it's just like snorting and hooting.
Snooting.
Snooting.
Boop the snoot.
Yeah, I don't think you're going to want to boop its snoot.
I'll boop it real good.
All right, it is your turn. What do you do?
So I didn't say I took out my weapons. I'm going to take out my rapier and short sword.
Yep. That is actually going to be 2 actions unless
Right.
you have quick draw.
I do not. And
All right.
then I will move in such a fashion. Right over here.
All right.
Kind of like, ah.
All right. Carina.
I kind of feel like Carina would have had her axe and shield out, having heard this lady go on about.
I'll let you have one of them out.
One of them out.
Yeah.
Let's do the axe then.
Yeah.
Honestly, just because she was so frantic, you would have been like,
I'm gonna go out and defend this horse. All right. So what's my movement again? 20 feet. Okay, so 5,
A nice, solid, respectable dwarven
10,
movement.
15, 20. So I'll stand there. That's one action. I'll take out my shield as well, so I have both of that ready. And then is raising the shield the third action?
Yep.
Okay, I'll do that.
All right.
That's good.
Okay. That was Carina. All right. It goes.
There's 2 skulls.
So,
one of them Sev.
yeah, the red
that's
one.
right.
The red one's the bad guy.
Sev
I have
always
yet
throws me
to
off.
turn that one into Sev's either. I've just been slacking on
She
making
has
these
art
right.
now.
Yeah, no, I know, which means I can replace that.
She does
finally.
have it. It's really cool.
All right, so it is. Yep. All right. So the owlbear goes. It is going to move right past everyone and make its way towards the horse.
Oh.
No, how far can it move?
It is going to move a grand total of 50 feet.
Okay.
Dang.
So count towards, and it
So
just
does
basically
it-
moves right past
So
everyone
does it
on
move
its way
like
towards the horse.
2 steps at a time because it's the
No, just
larger size?
yeah,
So
count
5,
5, 10, yeah, there you go. 15, 20.
20, 25,
Yep.
Oh, God.
30. I don't know how to move.
Yeah,
with
no
this
worries.
thing.
You're doing just fine.
Where?
35, 40, 45, because it looks
And
like
then diagonal 50,
Yeah.
right to there. All right, so it goes
Wow.
charging up to there, and as it does so, it lets out this
not the direction I was
blood-curdling screech.
Oh boy.
Eee. I can't believe it just moved past me.
Yeah, I know.
It's
It
like,
moved up to.
It like as it walks past you, it just kind of like throws claws at you. It doesn't actually attack. It's just like trying to push you out of the way, and it's like blood-curdled eyes are staring at the horse like.
trying to live its owlbear life.
I know.
And as it
I tried to
rushes
be
up,
tactical about this, and it.
as it rushes up to that spot, it unleashes a terrifying screech. Ooh, can I get everyone to make a will save, please?
Man, oh man.
good.
Ugh, that's a
Roll for
five.
My second best save. Shouldn't have said that before.
12.
Yeah.
18.
I got a 10.
A gentleman's 10.
Gentlemen.
Are those with the 9 and the 10? Are you sad? Is everyone satisfied with their roll? I mean, you have those hero points. You decide how you use
Do
them.
you have
not-
to use the
not me.
hero point before you find out what the effect is?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
No, that's not. Yeah, that's exactly how that works.
think I'm
Oh, thank you.
I'm gonna hold with my 12.
Well, we'll see if I get better or worse. Let's see.
Oh no.
Better by 2, so I've got an 11 now.
Hey, there you go.
Okay. I'm gonna
Take
stick.
that,
I'm gonna stick
10.
with it.
You're gonna stick with 10.
Yeah.
We have a 10, an
right in my
11,
face.
a 12,
Yeah, it's right there.
18.
and an 18. And then we have Sev, who got a 22. All right. So,
Top 7.
I'm guessing we just like
I've
pee
kind
our
of toughened
pants
her
or
up with
something.
my mention of eating everything.
3 of you failed, and Nicodemus crit failed.
Oh no!
Ouch.
Well, now
So-
I'm glad that I spent my hero points.
Boy.
So
You'll need a change of pants.
Yeah.
the 3 of you who failed are frightened 2.
Oh, God.
And the way that's going to work is you take a penalty of 2 on all of your rolls, and then all of your d20 rolls, and at the end of your turn, that'll drop from 2 to 1, and then at the end of your next turn, it'll drop from 1 to 0. Nicodemus, however, is frightened 3 and fleeing.
Oh boy.
Oh.
Sorry,
So
Rosemary.
you are going
Take your
to
horse and
flee
run.
from the fight for 1 round,
Okay.
and you are frightened 3.
Okay.
So, and
See ya.
Severina is frightened 1 because she succeeded.
Peace.
All right, that was 2 of its actions. With its 3rd action, just to drive it home,
Oh gosh.
it's going to take a swipe with its talon at Nicodemus.
So much for drawing its attention.
Oh my god.
Did you get a natural 20?
I did!
Oh no!
So,
So we had a new friend for like a day.
Take care of my horse!
remember that time you inherited a horse?
I can't promise I won't eat it.
So,
Rude.
the owlbear swipes out at you with its talon. The talon slams into you. You are terrified of this thing. It is a
Rightfully
horror
Yeah.
beyond your imagining. Fortunately, I rolled relatively low.
Okay.
And you only take 16 points of damage.
Yikes. Yikes.
Relatively low.
Yeah,
Good.
relatively low.
That's an important qualifier there.
But how is my hat?
Fabulous.
Flying through the air right at the moment as the owlbear, like, you turn to run as this thing comes bolting up towards you, and its claw just rakes down your back. Blood is pouring everywhere. You are very badly hurt by that. That is the owlbear's turn. Next is Sev. Sev immediately inspires courage. She plays her flute, inspiring courage. She then draws her rapier, and she is going to...
A little far away.
Throw it through the house.
She is going to advance to be up next to Mikah.
Oh, like through the house?
Is she going through the house?
Or
Well,
did we put her on the wrong side?
You put her on the wrong
Oh.
side.
Oh, okay.
Well then.
Yeah.
Retcon.
Sorry, I couldn't quite see. So she moves up, out of the house and next to Mikah. That's it. That's all she can do.
I'm frightened too, so I just look at her like, ah!
Micah, it is now your turn.
Oh, good.
So you're frightened
into
2
each
for
other's
this
mouth.
round, which will be a penalty of 2 on all of your d20 checks.
Well then, I won't make any magic missile.
And then Inspire Courage gives us.
+1 to attacks.
Okay.
Does auto hit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you don't have to worry about
That's
making
why I was
attack
like,
rolls.
I don't
it's just
want to
magic
roll a
missile.
d20.
Yeah.
So you're going to burn all 3 on magic missile?
Yeah.
All right.
Might as well.
Go ahead and roll 3d4 plus 3.
Alrighty. Take out my
The
little,
missiles go streaking around Nicodemus.
as he screams.
Some of them
also.
even like pierce the cascade of blood flying off your back.
Oh.
That's very
epic.
cinematic.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
It's like a slow-mo.
Okay, let's see.
Oh, that
so
was good.
3, 7, and 11 plus 3, you said?
Yep.
Okay, so 14.
It
Probably.
as your missiles
Good Albert.
slam into it. The owlbear cries out in pain, but that did not appear to slow its advance towards the tasty, delicious horse. Nicodemus, it is your turn.
Right.
You must flee from the terrifying beast.
Spend all of my actions doing that?
I believe so. I'm going to double check that here for just half a second. You're fleeing 1, which I
25.
believe means you spend 1 turn fleeing.
Okay.
To just go into the house and slam the door. She was right. Let's stay in here.
This was a bad idea.
That's a bad idea.
She's like, I told you.
All right, so fleeing, you must run away. Page 620. On your turn, you must spend each of your actions. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh wow, you're gonna cover a lot of ground.
Where's our new friend going?
I'm running around the side of the house over to this well.
Do we really blame him?
No.
After
Death
what just
stalks
happened,
us.
and I mean, to be honest, he doesn't want to see what's about to happen to poor Rosemary, so it's fine.
We're not gonna let that happen.
Well,
Top of the order.
got one turn
might not
until
have a
I can
choice.
reach it, yeah.
Top of the order, Zell.
All right. 4. Hey, you jerk. Here, I'll make him like hugging me.
Oh,
Fit here.
Owl's bear hug.
Dangerous.
And first with the rapier, and she's inspiring courage, right?
Yep.
Sevis, so it's +1.
Yep, but you're at a
But you're
minus
-2.
2, so
No,
you're
I
only
passed it.
Yeah, he's the one that
was
Oh,
the
yeah,
18.
yeah, you're right.
No, you also failed. Sabrina is the one who passed. Sorry, I should have been clear on that.
Oh,
I
yeah.
crit failed, so was
I thought it was 3 of us.
Yeah, no, sorry. The 3 of you failed.
I critically.
So
He critically
-1
failed.
total.
Sabrina
Ouch.
succeeded.
Dang. Okay.
Yeah.
-1. But with my +8, that makes it an 11.
Are you happy with that 11?
No.
Or you want to? Oh, all right. Oh, hey, look, another hero point. Yeah.
I need to protect this horse.
You're just collecting them over there.
Well, you know.
It's a bit better. 19.
19. Your rapier goes flashing out, but it just comes up short.
Oh no.
All right. Second hit with the short sword.
All right.
This one's only a +3 with all. 6.
No. But you did get the owlbear's attention. Whether or not that's a good thing or not, we'll find out here in just a moment.
Oh, good.
It has a thick hide.
Carina.
All right. 5, 10, 15, 20, 5, 15. So I'm flanking with Zell?
Yes.
Is that a thing that I can do?
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
And what does that do for me?
That makes it flat-footed, which will lower its AC. You don't have to
Oh,
worry about it.
sweet.
So
Okay.
just go ahead and make your attack.
Nice.
Alrighty.
It'll make Zell's attacks much more efficient. Should he be standing when it comes back to him?
You know, I'm going to use a hero point on that and try again.
Should have done that.
Ooh, hero points
know.
left and right.
You're getting rich.
Delicious.
So a 17 to hit?
17.
Yeah.
It's gonna come up short.
Okay.
You swing at it, and here's the thing: both of you managed to connect, but its hide is just covered in thick bear fur and owl feathers.
Third action, I think I'm going to raise my shield.
Gonna raise your shield. Did you have to take 2 actions to get there?
Yes, I did, so I don't raise my shield.
Just double checking. All right. Next
about
up,
that.
it goes. Neither one of you managed to hit it,
Come at me, you owlbear.
but you are now standing in its way.
Oh, no.
So,
never eaten a
Zell, it's going to attack you. Here it comes.
Said anything.
A talon is coming straight for you. Actually, you know what? It's going to try and bite you with its beak. We'll start with the beak.
Does the beak look more vicious than the talons?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Armor class 18.
That just misses with my new studded leathers.
Oh, like you feel the beak grab hold of the leather and tear and rip at it, but just manages to miss. Then it's going to swipe at you with a talon, and that is going to miss. That was it's terrible. And then for its third attack, I guess it's going to go talon again. Why not? No. Nope, 17. Whew. My dice went super cold. It swipes at you 3 times and, takes a bite, tries to swipe at you twice, doesn't manage to get a hold of you. You kind of dance out of the way. Sabrina is going to continue to inspire courage. And I should note, now that all of you have had a chance to go, all of those frightened conditions drop by 1.
Nice.
Yours is now down to 2. Everybody else is down to 1. Sabrina's down to 0. Sabrina is going to inspire courage again, and then she is going to draw and throw a dagger. Because she doesn't want to be next to it, but she rolled a 1 as well.
That's smart.
So that would be the end of Sabrina's
Right in
turn.
the back of Zell's head.
Yeah, no, you see a dagger go winging off into the forest, coming nowhere close to hitting. Micah, it is your turn.
Oh, good. So Sabrina's Inspire just kind of cancels out the fear, right? Basically.
Right now, they're at even.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
For attack rolls.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, you
for
still are on a
D20 rolls.
-1 on every other d20 roll.
Not sure the best thing to do, but I'm gonna try and hit it with a Rave Enfeeblement.
That's not a bad thing to do.
Nice.
I believe you need to make an attack roll with that.
Yes, I believe so. And then it's a fort save for Mr. Owlbear.
Correct.
Okay. Or Mrs. Owlbear. I don't know. Okay, so basically I just ignore the thingy. Why do my dice hate me?
Burn it.
There we go.
Oh, left and right here today. I'm just racking them up.
I've held on to them for a long time, so this seems like a good time to use them.
Save.
Ooh.
Oh no.
That would be a nat 1.
Oh, okay. So the Raven female goes arcing off into the forest, hitting no one in particular. And
Some tree gets really weak.
you do, yeah. There's a tree. There's a rabbit out there that is now super weak. So poor bunny. And what would you like to do with your final action?
Cry.
I mean, sorry, your last action for this turn.
Might be final action.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Shield spell, I guess.
Shield is a good action. All right.
Because
Nicodemus, you suddenly regain your senses. The owlbear caused panic in you as you ran up to it, but you've managed to steady your nerve.
where am I?
Giving myself a sort of a psycho speech. Just, come on there, old boy. We can do this. I've never fought a beast of this size before in my life. I'm going to start moving back the way I came.
All right.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I get to here. I realize I am very wounded. Oh my word! I'll be there in a moment. And then I'm gonna drink a little lesser elixir of life.
All right.
And, take that out and drink it up.
All right, great. You can take care of that. You see that Rosemary is looking. Actually, you can't see Rosemary from where you're at. If you could see the panic in its eyes.
You hear panicked whinnying.
Yeah,
Yes.
panicked
Rosemary.
panicked whinnying. All right, Zell, it is your turn to act.
All right.
Yes.
Try
Owlbear.
this guy.
The owlbear missed you last turn, but
Right.
you're sure that luck can't
It
hold.
was real close.
Yeah.
So he is flat-footed against me.
Correct.
All right. It's a straight roll.
Can't have that many healing points.
Well, I worry about the AC on my side, and you're
Right.
just doing straight rolls.
19.
19 is a hit.
Mm-hmm.
Yay!
Yay for flanking.
Yay, and I get sneak attack
Correct.
because of flanking.
Correct.
And this will be a twin feint. Not that it matters, but
Faint all the twins.
feint all the twins.
That's
poor
what you
twins.
say, right?
Sure.
Thing?
11.
11.
Gotta say
All right.
boogie boogie.
Your rapier darts in, finally finds purchase in its flesh, and you draw blood. It growls and snarls at you, but it is still up and still fighting.
Now
And then
it's a growl
I'll
bear.
take a second hit with my short
Say
sword.
growl bear.
I did say growl
You-
bear.
Oh, son of a-
I'm keeping my last hero point.
13 probably misses.
A 13 does miss.
No, I'm
Oh, the desperation!
because this thing's gonna start hitting me. I'm gonna die. Oh gosh, the
like how-
exact same roll.
Oh no!
Oh, and might as well take a third hit, which is gonna be a super big minus.
Yeah.
Fishing for 20s.
No.
I like how we all run outside. We're like, we got this. Don't worry. The lady's
We
like,
don't got this. We don't got this.
yeah.
The third attack.
Pharasma, I'm coming.
Yeah.
No.
Carina, it is your turn.
All right, Karina's gonna try and hit it with her axe. Oh, it's a nat 20. Yay!
Your axe slams into
Yes.
the owlbear's rump.
Taste the rainbow.
All right, so that's calculate damage and then double it.
Correct.
Correct. Okay, there we go. So that's a 7 plus 4 is going to be an 11. So 22 points of damage.
22 points
Bam.
of damage.
Take that.
Your axe slams into the owlbear. It roar hoots at you. Roar hoot! But it is still up and still fighting. It looks very badly hurt though now.
Yeah.
Good.
Uh-oh. I feel bad for it because it's just acting on its like instincts to eat. Oh goodness.
Which is probably going to involve eating you and Zell.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I think I'm gonna try and hit it again.
all right.
It's just the circle
So
of
that's
life.
going to be, and I'm still at a -1 for the frightened.
But it's canceled out by the Inspire
Right,
Courage, so
okay.
you're basically rolling even, but
All
you
right.
do take the multiple attack penalty.
22 to hit.
22 will
Oh wait,
hit.
no. It's -5.
Minus 4
5.
to the.
Minus-
Well, minus 5 to the.
5
Yeah.
on most
5.
weapons.
So 17.
It's gonna miss.
Dang it!
Oh. Even with it.
And last action, I will raise my shield.
All right, it goes. In a ferocious turn, since you hit it so hard, it turns
thank
back
you.
and intends to swipe you with its talon. Armor class 28.
That will hit. Because I have my shield up, it's not a crit.
Raise them.
All
shields.
right.
Raise the
Take
shields, children.
10 points of damage as the talons rake through you. With its second action, it's going to grab you. You are now grabbed. With its third action, it is going to gnaw you. It just basically reaches forward and attempts to rip out chunks and pieces of you, just like grabs bits of flesh and just pulls them away.
No one beats my snoot.
You didn't need that flesh, did you?
So I'm
You're gonna
going to
eat
make
that?
an attack with my beak. Here it comes. Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
Does
Oh,
the
boy.
AC for my shield still count?
Yes.
Okay.
However, I rolled an 18. Plus my bonus is going to be a 27.
That hits.
Not a crit?
No. It would
Good.
have to be a 28
Well, just checking.
to
All right.
crit.
So it is going to hit.
30.
So you take damage as normal. And I need you to make me a fortitude save as it rips, or sorry, this is a will save, as it rips parts of you away.
Okay. So am I, now that my turn is done,
You are no longer
I'm
frightened.
no longer frightened.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Take
Probably a good
15
idea.
points of damage.
Yay.
Okay. That's
Either way.
ouchies.
As it like grabs a huge chunk of you and just rips it away in a bloody ribbon. How's that will save?
We're gonna find out.
All right.
First time it was a 1,
Yeah.
so I can't do worse than that.
Well,
There's just a 0. You're
Okay.
like, what?
So that's going to be a
Should not
22.
be.
22 is a success dead on. You are sickened.
Thank you for
one.
that hero point.
Yeah, hero
So
points.
because of that, you are only sickened 1.
Okay. And what does sickened do to me?
Much like the other condition, it's basically a penalty of 1 on your d20 rolls. However, this one you can choose to get rid of. You're stuck with it until you get rid of it. And the way to get rid of it is to spend actions to reattempt that saving throw. And if you make it, you get rid of it. Now, what you're doing, because your stomach is turned, is that you're actually retching. Because this did such horrible wounds to you that you're
Okay.
like coughing, choking, and sputtering.
This is intense.
And
all over the owlbear.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
he's just waving
you're
around and
sickened
you're like,
until that happens. I should also note that while you're sickened, you cannot drink potions. You cannot drink anything
makes sense.
because you're
Well,
nauseous.
I don't have potions to drink.
After this thing ripped off part of you, and you can see it like slurping bits of your flesh up. It's like, nom, 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 nom.
Production about it.
Yeah. All right.
Flair for
Sabrina
being
goes.
Dramatic.
And she's not traumatized yet.
She's just staring wide-eyed at all of this.
She's seen me eat
She's going
dogs.
to
Yeah.
inspire courage again. She is going to draw another dagger, and she's going to throw.
She's like, why did I follow these
And-
people again?
I can't roll for nothing with Sabrina. So she goes throwing another dagger, but in panic, she's just staring at all of this in wide-eyed horror. She throws a dagger, goes winging off into the woods, and she keeps playing her flute like.
She accidentally hits Rosemary. She's like, oh no.
Oh, wait.
Mikah, it is now your turn.
You said it's pretty hurt-ish.
It looks pretty badly hurt,
Okay.
but it's still up and fighting.
Well, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna drain my arcane bond to get magic missile back, I think. Magic missile or ray of enfeeblement? I don't know which one is better at this point, but I like not having to roll d20s. So
Yeah, this guy's
The d20s are not friendly, so
Yeah.
all right. You call upon your arcane focus. You drain it. Magic missile returns to your mind, and you cast it. All 3 actions, I'm assuming.
Yep.
All right. Bring it on.
these pointy dice.
Oh.
Let's see. So 2 4s, so 8, 10, 13.
13. The owlbear is now stumbling about. It looks dazed, confused, badly hurt, but it's still fighting. Nick, go demon.
All right. Finally come rushing around the corner. 2, 3, 4, 5.
Aha!
Thank goodness my friends, you're still alive. I will draw my...
Now.
There is blood and flesh thrown everywhere. Is this thing like you? It turns at you and its beak is covered in gore, and it's just like.
Karina's barfing, like.
I will draw my hand crossbow and attempt to shoot it.
All right.
Here goes nothing.
Yeah, here goes something.
Here goes something. Oh, you know what? I'll try that again.
Oh, all right. Yeah,
Why
no,
not?
that's-
I got
I think I've consumed 7 hero points in this fight so far.
delicious hero points. Hey, that's a 22.
That is a hit.
Alrighty, that's a d6, and that is 4 points.
4 points. It's stumbling about on its paws, but it's still up. Zell, it's back to you.
All right. Let's
Finish
try
this beast, my friend.
and Roger that.
I should note it does still have Carina in its paw,
Right.
and is looking to like rip out more shreds and consume them.
All right. Let's twin feint this fool. Oh, probably not. 8. Oh wait, we got a +1 and we're not frightened now. So 19.
Because of the flank, that's a hit.
Yeah.
Thanks for flat-footing.
Because of the flank and because of Inspire Courage, dead on.
So I'm flanking even when I'm grabbed.
Yes.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Stats.
awesome.
Yeah.
The bonuses.
I mean, it's distracted by me.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
7 damage. Not much.
Your rapier slides into the beast, and with a roared whimper, it slumps to the ground.
I look back at my friend Mike and go, "That was a hoot."
Ha!
You look back at Karina's covered in blood.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
No time.
Did it fall like on her? She's like, no.
No, it kind of collapses to the ground. The scrap of you is still dangling out of its blood-covered
gosh.
beak. Its broad, wide eyes. The thing looks kind of crazed.
Carina.
And is just like, and kind of just slumps over to the ground.
And I feel like since she's wearing armor, that it had to have like come out of like her cheek, like just.
Oh,
Yeah. So,
God.
Gonna have an awesome battle scar.
so
By the gods.
the woman from the farm screams, "Oh, praise to Razmir! You've done it! You've done it! Oh, the thing has been killing my livestock for days. I can't tell you how relieved I am. Oh, it's Razmir's
I'm
blessing."
seeing if Karina's okay.
And she
Yeah.
I am not okay.
she immediately pricks her finger and uses the blood to draw a mask on her door. She's like, "Yes, praise be to the living
Does
God."
she seem sincere? Not that
Yeah.
I can really like,
Well, I mean,
focus on
She's
that right
drawing
now.
with her blood. So.
She's faking it.
It's hardcore.
Praise to the living God. I knew he would send me deliverance, and here you are.
Don't forget, you have a mask of Razmir and a cloak.
Oh, that's true.
It's true.
It is full of.
She comes kind of
holes.
rushing out. "Oh, I'm so terribly sorry you're hurt."
My friend here. We need a moment, of course, to tend to our wounds and whatnot. But of course, we would be most appreciative if we could use your house to spend the night.
Of course, whatever.
And we will have a nice talk about what you've seen here today.
I will.
Safer in the woods.
I will go and fix up a delicious dinner. I have one of the chickens which died of fright the other night, and I shall roast it up right away, and we shall have a glorious meal, and we shall praise Razmir for this glorious day. And she goes running back inside.
I think there's a rabbit out in the woods too. That's probably
Yeah.
easy to catch at this point.
A weakened rabbit who's like trying to drag a carrot around.
Please.
I didn't catch how much you
Drew
healed
and
yourself.
It was only 6 points.
So are you still pretty?
A little bit, yes.
Okay.
I can also get the healer's tools out of my
Well,
wagon to do
I
so.
can also call upon Pharasma's
yes.
An
blessing
old-fashioned
to
heal off.
heal us. Yeah.
Well, there's medicine and
Mine
there's
just takes a little bit
lanterns.
of extra time to like pray and everything, and that way we don't use up physical resources.
Same, but I can make those every day.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, and the medicine you can always
Yeah,
make
yeah.
medicine
I've got
checks.
Wow.
So.
Okay.
I'm like, Carina, please sit down. Just let him heal
Yeah.
you.
You're like,
Don't fight it.
You're like, "Let me check you," and meanwhile you're like,
If I just pray.
My ears
as-
kind of dangling off.
"Yeah."
Oh god. Yeah.
Do you want to start by doing that first, and then?
Yeah, I'll start taking care of myself
And
too.
I'll go get my healer's tools and start doing medicine checks.
You're just like,
Well, crafting checks technically,
Yeah.
but yeah.
All right. So, you all sit down to the two of you begin tending to kind of each
Each
other.
other's wounds,
Yeah,
yeah.
just like, oh, oh, that should be on there better. As like his back is just ribbons of flesh, and it's healed up a bit because of the potion, but still, it's bad back there. And the clothes are going to take some mending, by the way, because
Such nice clothes too.
they got a bit shredded in back, but you could probably fix them.
Yeah, I have another jacket in the back of the van.
no,
back of the wagon.
The fan.
The van.
Sorry.
No worries. So you all begin to patch up your wounds, and inside, every once in a while, you hear kind of whistling and singing, and praise be to Raspian, the living God. He saved us all.
She wrote in blood on her door.
Yes, we'll have to have a talk with her.
Can the two of you give me a perception check real quick?
Oh, no.
Wait.
Not the two of you. You two are doing
You're
medicine
busy.
and stuff.
Yeah.
15.
13.
Zell, you're not 100% sure, but across the way, back in the woods, you swear that just for a moment, you can see a tiny little bear cub kind of peering out of the woods, its little owl face staring at the body of its mother. And it whimpers and turns back into the forest. And that is where we are ending our session here today.
You monster.
I want to thank you all for
The
coming.
hunt is next.
Oh, God.
I want to thank you all for coming for today's session of the Oblivion Oath. I encourage you to tune in 2 weeks from now. Remember, no stream next Thursday, but 2 weeks from now for episode 17, where we will pick up in this delightful scene and move forward. I also want to remind folks that tomorrow, starting at 1 p.m., is the 3-action game night, a special 5-hour event to kind of showcase how quick and easy it is to make characters and play Pathfinder 2nd Edition. So I hope you tune in for that. It's going to be a blast. So until next time, everybody, thank you for watching. We'll see you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.